Spirit team, I would like to ask some questions in the spirit of connecting with you and better allowing divine insight to come through. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship. Please ask your questions. Does marijuana increase your vibration if taken in small doses? One moment, we are moving the vessel's biases to the side so we can come in more clearly. Yes, in a sense, you may utilize plant medicine to help raise one's vibration. In times that have gone, plant medicine is used to help clear any blockages, to help flow parts of the human body, the energy centers, and to raise one's vibrations. These ceremonies were utilized in communion with both the human body, the human psyche, your soul consciousness, and the plant medicine. This was a sacred intention to allow for your spiritual growth and a deepened connection. And when plant medicines are utilized in this sense, it is a probable outcome that your vibration would be raised by this. We would simply state to allow discernment for oneself to say, am I using this as an intention to help connect and raise my vibration, or am I using this as an escape method? When you are living in harmony and in balance, you often aren't needed to have plant medicine to achieve a higher vibration. But some of you may be called to experience these moments to remind yourself that this can be cultivated naturally. And so if you desire to have plant medicine and ceremonies that assist in clearing blockages, releasing traumas, or emotional aspects of self that haven't been felt, to help release and raise your vibration with a spiritual teacher, this for some of you may be of service. But simply wanting to do this to bypass the feeling and the emotion that you don't want to feel will not be of service to you, as the plant medicine knows this. So we again state, practice the discernment prior to doing these practices. If you have the availability, which all of you do, seek a spiritual teacher to guide you, to help integrate and cultivate the higher vibrations without required use of plant medicine. Thank you, Spirit Team. Can Spirit have biases when answering questions? That's hilarious. The vessel wants to share that he laughed because we started the initial question of this transmission with removing the vessel's biases. In future transmissions, we will be explaining in greater detail the integration process of allowing higher consciousness to come through the human form. You see, the human form has filters, biases, belief systems, emotional aspects of self that need healing, that we are, in a sense, sifting through. And because of free will, your human consciousness, the aspect of you, those who are listening to this vessel, always has control or priority over what you would call channeling another consciousness. And so, as the vessel is speaking, often he is able to hear his own voice. And at times, when questions are asked, his own biases may come into the forefront. But the vessel's desire is to always come from a place of moving the biases to the side or healing and releasing them, so true divine guidance can come through as unfiltered as possible. We would share that we are using the vocabulary, the place, time, space, the storage units that is the human body to connect and speak through this vessel. And so at times there will be topics that the vessel has no awareness or knowledge of. And so we have to use the vocabulary that is currently present to relay or share the information on this topic. And so in a sense, there is a percentage of bias as we can share what is available for the vessel and through the vessel to share with others. But as these connections continue, more and more of the vessel's bias, filters, identities, attachments are removed or lifted so we can share more and more information. Many of you who will listen will come to the understanding that this has been a very deepened process of connecting, of allowing, of releasing fear and judgment, letting go of self-doubt. And so many of this vessel's work is releasing those identities and biases. So more of our information can come through. Thank you, Spirit Team. Will we live to see a positive change in the economy? Will the middle class return? What you are used to in regards to your financial system will continue to shift. This outcome is not yet predetermined, as all of humanity is consciously creating its experience. And many of you have the belief systems of limitation in regards to being forced to work a 9-to-5 to make a living. When we say many of you, we are speaking upon the collective. The majority of you who are listening are lifting the limitations and belief systems around security in all forms, whether that be financial, emotional, physical. these are aspects of one's creation that many are letting go of, as you have learned through those experiences, and they are no longer necessary. You will see within the next coming years, between 5 and 7, many shifts around your financial system. You will see in different areas what looks like the financial sector crumbling. But we share with you that the abundance you all desire are within arm's length. And so do not allow, to the best of your ability, to be fearful by these changes. Although this system has served for those who have been able to benefit from it, it is not a system designed with the whole's intent of growth and well-being. And so a new system has been formulated, which the outcome again is not predetermined, but is readily available to allow all who desire it, who are ready to experience it, to receive the abundance. And so do not place fear around these changes. Embrace them as you are embracing your changes with your connections and spiritual growth. Thank you, team. Is there going to be another recession, and will the housing market crash? As we have mentioned in the prior question, there are going to be great changes. Your social structure has its foundation based on scarcity and lack. If you have witnessed your history over the last 60 years, fear has been the foundation for your financial system. And fear no longer has place in your realities. It has served its purpose, and you will see the shifts among all individuals. To have the awareness that they are tired, fed up, and exhausted of living out that experience of being driven or controlled by fear. And so, yes, there will be changes in your current understanding of the financial system, but have the awareness, if you so choose, that you are always taken care of. And as we mentioned prior, the abundance you all seek is simply at arm's length. And as you release fear, the more abundance you can experience. And so we say, place the discernment with yourself. As the majority of you listening can appreciate the guidance that is being shared, but you will be able to have your own discernment that is directly correlated with your higher self and you. And so you will be able to cultivate this connection as the vessel has done for himself, for you. And each of you, it may look in different ways. It does not need to be verbal channeling or connection. It can be written, it can be in thought patterns, it can be in many shapes and forms. And if you have questions, feel free to ask on how to develop this connection. But each of you has this. You did not come to Earth completely alone. Yes, you have physical beings to assist you, but you have a plethora of non-physical beings surrounding each of you at this time to help support you, to help guide you, to help remind you you are not alone, and also to remind you that you are capable of handling this experience. This is one of the vessel's greatest joys, is to bring reminder to those, remembrance if you will, to those who have simply forgotten. And each of you will do this in your own way. So do not fear. Allow this adventure to unfold. Allow this journey to blossom in such a way that you have trust and surrender that the experiences that are happening for you are because you are able to overcome them. And also that joy can be brought in any moment when you are present and choose to. Thank you, team. Is evolution and Big Bang real? This is going to be the vessel's last question. Your teachings that have been brought to you about the Big Bang aren't necessarily the full picture. In a sense, the Big Bang is the opportunity of one universe being created. And as time progresses, your sciences will also be able to evaluate the spiritual correlation to the Big Bang and how it has birthed physicality in all the different forms. But the physicality is but one expression that the universe has created. With this, evolution is simply the understanding of life in all its different myriads. So, to answer this, both of these are real. Both of them are correlated to creation's existence and its experience of itself. And so this is one form of creation. And in future transmissions, we will go into greater detail about creation and how it comes about and how physicality is one aspect of creation. We hope this answers your question. Thank you, team. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship.